What is up, everybody? It's Wick here, and I'm out on a little bit of a thrifting road trip. I had some stuff to pick up, retail arbitrage wise, but I cannot tell you what those are, unfortunately, because it's stuff I pick up every year around this time, and I don't want the competition. I could go bankrupt if I shared some of these things, so this is one of those things you're not going to see, but you will see the thrift store stuff and maybe some other retail arbitrage things that I find along the way. But I wanted to show you one of my best pickups ever in Salvation Army, and it is Catalina.
I made it to one of the best. I'm honored.
I guess you are the best, but I mean, there was that one thing I bought, it was a little bit better. No, I'm just kidding. But I met her at Salvation Army. She's an Etsy seller. She sells vintage clothing, shoes, and plushes, and she's with me today. And we've been together about 4 months.
Almost 5. Thank you very much.
Almost 5. I'm bad at those type of things. But she's been with me thrifting a lot, and she really enjoys thrifting. And that was our first date, was a 12-hour sourcing trip. So I knew she was great after that. And yeah, I'm going to show you some of the stuff that she actually picked up in there, so you can get a perspective of some other things. And the first thing here is this, what is it?
It's called a kitty surprise.
Oh yeah, kitty surprise.
I always look at plushes because some of the vintage ones can be worth a lot, especially if it's popular characters from like Looney Tunes or Disney. But then also these are pretty popular. They usually retail for about $27 brand new. The ones that have babies are of course going to be worth more, but the ones without babies can also sell. This one didn't have any, but it's still worth it because it's only $1, and then usually you can sell those individually for about $10 to $15, or if you sell them as a lot, so if you had like 2, 3, 4, however many together, you can get like between $50 and $100 for them, so
Ooh, nice.
It's almost always worth it to pick them up.
Here's a nautical type shirt. It's got like a map of, I guess, the whole world.
Yeah.
Ships on it.
Has that nice 90s look to it when everyone was into globes and maps and everything that looked old-timey.
And it was half off too, so that's even better.
Yep. One of the hugely popular images that people look for on Etsy when they look for 90s clothes, palm trees.
Really?
Palm trees were printed like all over, like 90s, kind of like California surfer dude stuff. And it sells better too if it's unisex, which this one is.
So, colored palm trees. It's 90s stuff. Keep an eye out for it. I've been learning so much since we've been together about this kind of stuff, and I've been picking up stuff for her as I see it. And I'm pretty passionate about it at this point. It's just fun to find like the really unique pieces.
I just want to add pastel, especially like rainbow pastel sells really well. You want to tag it as Fairy Kai, so fairy and then K-E-I. Anything pastel can be sold under that tag, and it gets a lot more attention than if you would just put pastel. It's rad shorts.
Yeah, those definitely scream like 90s, the bows on the side.
Yep. Yeah, see, that's the kind of thing I look for too with vintage clothing, is anything that screams which decade it came from, because that's what people really want, especially for if they're buying because they're going to a party, like an 80s party or a 90s party, 70s party. They want stuff that is like, oh yeah, that's so obviously from then.
Yeah, a lot of the trick to selling this stuff is the keywords. If you're using the right keywords so people can find the things.
Wick found this one for me.
Cincinnati Bengals sweatshirt.
Yep.
So sports 90s stuff obviously sells good, and this one's in really good condition.
Yeah, see, generally I go for ones where it has the year printed somewhere on the front or on the tag, and then I'll take a picture of it just to prove that yes, it is vintage. But if it doesn't have the date printed on it, I still may get it if I can just, if I can just tell. And the good thing is, if it doesn't have the year, you can't get in trouble for saying like, oh, this is from the 90s, but it says like 2002.
Right.
And this really rad rainbowy stripes top. Rainbow stuff has been selling pretty well. I think part of the success of the rainbow items is obviously because of its tie to the LGBT community and, pride. and people honestly are just looking for like really colorful, bold stuff, especially buyers out in California. I have a lot of buyers in California near, like Hollywood and LA. Sometimes people in New York, they just want something like really different and kind of whimsical, or just something that like stands out when you're on the street.
Indeed.
Cool, hipster,
Indeed.
new old stock / dead stock.
Mickey
Mouse golf themed shirt. It's in really good shape. I didn't see any flaws. And Disney, of course, sells well, especially vintage Disney. I have several friends who are like addicted to Disney, so that was kind of what got me under it. It's like, I bet if I have friends who are this into Disney, they're going to be like random strangers out there who are really into Disney.
Right.
So I went with that hunch, and so far so good. What could it be?
Jeff Gordon.
Good old Jeffy. This, I'm assuming, is 90s. I was guessing because of the neckline. It looks very 90s to me. This is another one that didn't have a year printed on it, but I just kind of go with my gut because I've seen so many vintage pieces that you kind of start to memorize what kind of stitching and different features they have that they don't really make anymore. It has some light stains at the bottom, and some of the other pieces of clothing I did too. I have gotten a lot better with taking stains out. What I usually do with clothing is I'll just like spray a bunch of, Shout or some kind of fabric cleaner without bleach on the stain, and then I'll wet a washcloth and, go over it. That usually does the job pretty well. And those are my finds today.
Wow, look at all that knowledge she dropped too. My goodness, she's a natural. And let me show you my pathetic haul in there. So there's what I got. I got this Secrets of Your Healing Power or something CD. Sells for about $25. It was $2. And then this sealed tin trivia game, some British soap opera, some random game, but they had like 10 of those in there, but the seals were broken and a lot of them were dented. This one was in sellable condition, so I paid $2 for that. Sells for about $35 with a 500,000 rank in Amazon. And then one more thing just found in the bag, Joe Cool little plush, 69 cents.
Yeah, it looks like he was probably made in the 80s or 90s, so that's the original tag. And I can't help it. I'm a sucker for cute stuffed animals, so I always head there and check for cool vintage stuff. Bye, Joe.
Yep, so I'm actually ready to head to a Lowe's and then probably Home Depot, and we'll hit the Goodwill in this area. I've only been to this area once, so we'll see what else we can find. Here I am in this Goodwill, and this is my second time being in here ever. A couple years ago I stopped in, but it's pretty far away from me. It's about an hour and a half, 2 hours-ish, different region, and I can tell because things are priced a lot lower. So the base pricing of clothing's different, their tags are different. I can't remember the price on some of these electronics, but they were really cheap compared to Goodwills I'm used to going to. We're talking like $3 or $4 for some of them. And I was just looking around here and ended up seeing the ink cartridge that you may have seen, and that wasn't really worth anything. You look at this like Sony thing over here, you can't really see it too well. It's like a boombox. They only wanted like $7 for that. Goodwills around me would have wanted like $50 for that. So really, it's too bad I can't come here every day because I bet there's some good deals to be had. The toy section is not that great in this one. Did end up finding another kitty surprise. Catalina did, and it's there in the cart right there. I don't believe it had any kittens or anything, but I believe it was like $1.99, so she went ahead and picked that one up. And I ended up finding a phone and electronics for $4.50. It's just a unit-in phone set, and it'll make about $35. It had a really good rank. Just looking over in the CDs, checking out the sealed CDs. Not a whole lot, and the only one I really found was a country one, and it wasn't really worth any money. Okay, so we're winding down. Been driving a lot. It's pretty late now. Been out almost 10 hours, I think. And I didn't find a whole lot at the Lowe's or Home Depot. I got some more Christmas clearance. I'm not going to worry about showing that. But let me show you what Catalina got. She got some cool stuff.
I I get to get like really brightly colored things because that catches people's attention, especially people who like obnoxious clothing like I do. This one has the breast cancer ribbon on it. I've also noticed that people will look for things like that. Very cool preppy guy sweater or girl. Has like, I would guess that is badminton, but I can't tell because it doesn't have like the ball or the shuttlecock. But either way, someone would be like, oh yes, darling, that's for me. And this is awesome. This is one of my favorites. It's an 80s Miami Vice parody tee.
Cool.
From 1980 something. It's from the 80s. People really like to look for destination tees, especially ones that have like kind of surf graphics or ones with really bright colors, like neons.
I like it. I'd actually wear that myself.
I would too, if I weren't selling it.
It's always about the money.
Gosh, darn it. Wick found this one for me.
Kansas City Chiefs.
Woo.
It's a pro player.
Just like us.
Yeah. It's a really heavy,
Yeah.
like really heavy. I wouldn't mind finding.
See, it's lined with like more sweatshirts, like a
Yeah.
sweatshirt within a sweatshirt.
But that's super nice.
Yeah, it's in good shape. Good
And this,
fun.
yeah, that Goodwill, it was only like a $3.29.
Yeah.
It was a different region, so pretty cool.
Pretty cool. Found another kitty surprise.
Yeah, you got 4 of those today, I believe.
Yeah, found another puppy surprise too, but neither of them had any puppies or kittens. They're still worth selling though, so I'll probably just add them to my lot that I'm putting together. Make $100 on it, yeah. And then I also found this really cool vintage LL Bean, I guess windbreaker jacket. Has the color blocking that's pretty popular for people who look for 90s and 80s clothing. There's a lot of teal back then, if any of you guys remember. Lots of teal and purple.
Yeah, definitely cool. I always hear LL Bean's making a comeback with clothing, so I'm sure the vintage would do well.
Yep. And that's all I have up here.
Let me show you the very few things that I got. So here is a Lego City box. It was $4.99. If I can get the sticker off and not have a ton of damage, I'll be able to sell it for $26 on Amazon. If there is some damage, I'll have to sell it on eBay. Still make a little bit of money on eBay, probably like $7 or $8, but on Amazon I should make about 12, 13. I had a pretty good rank, surprisingly, so it must be kind of rare out of print one or something. And then down here I just got a couple boring books for $1. I'll make about $4 or $5 on those. They're just good rank, so I figured I might as well pick them up and send them in, make a little bit of money. But as far as the Goodwills, even though we only went to 3 Goodwills, so it was mostly retail arbitrage. It didn't pan out. Still waiting for the Christmas clearance, like the toy stuff at Walmart's, the drop-in price, and then hopefully stock up. But, you know, picked up a little bit of books, and I did find a lot of the item I was looking for. I think I picked up, what was it, 60 of those. And I'll make about $15 a piece on those. But sorry, I can't show you. I don't mean to tease you, but like I've said before, if you have an item like that you have a source, don't share it with anyone. It's just no point. So, yeah, I think that's going to do it for us today. You know, I'll probably continue the vlog maybe in the morning just to add a little bit more content. So I'll let Catalina say goodbye.
Nice to meet you guys.
Hope
to see you again soon.
You'll be seeing a lot of her, I'm sure, when we're out together. So let's jump to the next day. Okay, it is the next day, and I did forget to mention yesterday, I did find a few things in Lowe's. These magnetics remote docks, they were like $2.60 some cents. I got $5 a piece profit in the end. I got 5 of them, so about $25 profit. And Target, actually, they had everything 90% off, but it was pretty much cleaned out except for some candy and just some junk decorations. But they ended up bringing out this brand new box of lights. I think I probably got about 25 or 30 of these. I scanned them and they're pretty good since they were 90% off. They were 49 cents. I don't know how I'm going to sell them. If I'm going to sell them on Amazon or just lot them up like on eBay or something. But since they're red lights, they can be sought after throughout the year, especially around Valentine's Day and even Halloween. People use red lights. So Philips, I don't even know if it's a brand I can sell on Amazon. Of course, Amazon told me I could, but that doesn't mean you can. I just picked them all up because they were so cheap. I got a bunch of candy too. Candy and all these lights, and it was like 15 bucks. So pretty cool. The candy is just for me because I'm fat, but the lights hopefully will make me some money. So here I am in Goodwill looking at the electronics section, just trying to find something to buy, something to make some money. And I see a Dream Machine. I've sold so many of these and they sell so good on Amazon. Usually sell them for about 55 bucks. Unfortunately, that one over there was really dirty. Like this camera caught my eye for some reason, and it's absolute junk. But yeah, unfortunately, the Dream Machine was just really dirty. It had a bunch of like dog hair or something in it. You can kind of see there how dirty it is. It was very discolored, and I just didn't feel like messing with it. I believe they only wanted $5 for it, so I went ahead and passed. But over in the toys, I found some Ninja Turtles. There was a 1992 Donatello Ninja Turtle from the movie. It was one of the large ones. I think it was like 24 inches. Actually, that may be too tall. But I sat it down to look it up, and some guy came over and grabbed it and walked off with it. He had a bunch of Ninja Turtles in his hands. I got some footage of him here. But I guess goes to show you, you can't set stuff down because you never know who's going to grab it. He loved the Ninja Turtles. I heard him say over there, and he just picked up every Ninja Turtle over there. But the Donatello was worth about 40 bucks. So you can see his legs sticking out there. It's unfortunate. I would have loved to have it just in my own collection because I'm a Turtles fan myself. So the last Goodwill of the day, let me show you what I got here. It is... I haven't found one of these in a while. It is a Hi 8 Video 8 Sony camcorder. It's got the battery in there and the charger in great condition. It's got a case. I don't know if it has anything else, but with the charger and the battery, usually the batteries are dead, but at least with the charger, they sell pretty well. So I should be able to sell this on eBay for 60 to 80 bucks. Pro tip here, if you're selling these, they almost always can do video transfer. And if you use that in your keyword and price it up, you get people who are looking to transfer video, and you'll get a lot more money and a better sale. And I picked up these Morels, $4.99. They are, I forget the name of them, like Purple Shock or something. Very clean, and they were only $4.99. I looked them up. Looks like a pair sold for about 40 bucks plus shipping. So for $4.99, I had to pick them up. Had a bunch of other overpriced shoes in there, but sorry about that. My dad just calling me to let me know there's a VCR at Salvation Army. I had already seen it. It was just an Emerson with no remote for $4.99. I just didn't want to mess with it. But yeah, what was I saying about these shoes? That they're a great pickup for $4.99. They had a bunch of other overpriced shoes, but my shoe trend seems to be continuing, so I'm happy about that. But I think that's a good place to end this vlog. Last couple days has been fun. I'm tired of driving. I need to go home and get a lot of work done and not source for a while. I want to thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please hit that like button for me. Don't forget to subscribe to follow me on all my resell adventures. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, flipping_junk. And this has been Wick. Until next time.